We're all pretty big fans of Stranger Things, and it looks like it isn't just us who are fangirling over the show, but also Megan Thee Stallion. In this video, we'll talk about Megan Thee Stallion wanting to join Stranger Things, and on top of that, some Stranger Things Season 5 theories you probably haven't heard of before. So stay tuned and keep watching. First things first, Megan wants to be a part of the show. Everyone who has watched the show is aware of the friend group that is out to save the world. Can't relate. We got couch potatoes for friends. While many celebrities watch the show, there's a specific one who wants to befriend the main character. Stranger Things has become one of the most watched shows since 2016, and while there are many awesome characters in the show, our personal favorite is Dustin Henderson. But what caught the eye of the Grammy-winning rapper is Millie Bobby Brown's 11. Megan said that she's a super fan of the show, and she loves it so much because of the Enola Holmes star. For Stranger Things Day, Netflix released a video of Millie Bobby Brown reacting to a video of the WAP singer talking about her being the biggest fan of the show and the cast. Megan Thee Stallion said in the Twitter video that she loves the show and she wants to be a part of it. She also said that she loved Brown in the show and she wants to tag along as her best friend. She even suggested a name for her hypothetical character, 12. Moving on, the feeling is mutual. The video, which was shared by Netflix, showed Millie watching Megan's video, and by the looks of it, it isn't just the Traumazine album artist who's a fan, but the feeling is pretty mutual. Brown was seen expressing her love for the Stallion's latest album and her hit song WAP. So are the Duffer Brothers going to put these mutual fans together for Season 5? Next up, Megan has made an appearance in a show before. If there's a chance of the Duffer Brothers casting the rapper for the final season, they wouldn't be experimenting because Megan has some experience in the acting industry. Recently, the 27-year-old rapper starred in the Marvel series She-Hulk. Although she wasn't the main character's best friend, she still twerked with her. It isn't confirmed whether Megan would make a debut in Season 5, but because the show is already in production, the chances are low. Sorry, Megan, looks like it's only Eddie Murphy that can put on a show in the Upside Down. Let's look at other celebrities who watch Stranger Things. Stranger Things and its cast have plenty of fans, including Terry Crews from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the whole cast of Modern Family, and even Robert Downey Jr. While being a fan of the show, Daniel Radcliffe, the Harry Potter star, was in awe of the acting. During an interview on The Morning Show with Nick Grimshaw, Radcliffe said that as a person who started acting out young, he wants to ask the cast, how are they so good? Because he doesn't recall himself being that good. The Stranger Things cast reacted to Daniel's remarks, with Millie saying, "He said I wasn't very good when I was young. He was Harry Potter." Next segment, following up, what are the fans theorizing? Right after Season 4 ended, some fans' brains turned into theory-generating factories, quite literally. From Eddie coming back to life to Karen being a part of the crew next season, they've made every possible theory that they can. Some fans think the number 8 showed up in Season 2 and then was just wiped off of the face of the show. There's probably something that'll happen with her. She may come back to help 11 fight off Vecna, and since her powers are quite similar to Vecna's, which is making people see things, she might help the crew understand Vecna's powers. Coming up, the characters might have a hard time. We all saw how confusing Season 4 was because of Vecna's unsolicited, mind-boggling visions. Anyway, fans think that most of Season 5 will be the crew fighting their own minds, trying to figure out whether what they're seeing is an actual reality or just some vision. We wonder if all clocks will start freaking them out. Besides that, we might also find out that the Demogorgon, or Demodogs, you might not want to use this term in front of Dustin because he will definitely take serious offense. Anyway, we'll probably find out that they aren't inherently evil. Remember Dart? Yep, the baby Demodog. Sorry, Demogorgon that Dustin adopted in Season 1. It was pretty docile. And also, not just that, they looked pretty peaceful in that flashback of Vecna when he first got to the Upside Down. Moving on, will Max live? One of the favorite characters in the show was Max, but unfortunately she was the first one of the crew who fell prey to Vecna. Well, technically it was Will, but you know what we mean. Fans are very keen to know what will happen to her after all those injuries, but one thing that we know for sure is that no one wants her to die. Maybe she'll be alive, but blind, and then she can help them know what's a vision and what isn't. Or another possibility that the fans have in their minds is that maybe she'll be able to see the Upside Down and not the real world. Told you fans were coming up with anything and everything they can. Up next, is there going to be a plot about Will's sexuality? For starters, we hope not, but we know that he's part of the LGBTQ community. It has been implied in the show since season 1 and was also mentioned in season 5. So there can be a possibility of Vecna using that against Will or Mike. Maybe. Who knows? Not to mention there's a chance someone might sacrifice themselves. We're already heartbroken about all our favorite characters sacrificing themselves. From Eddie to Billy, all of these characters' deaths brought immense pain to the viewers. So following the trend of the previous seasons, we're expecting someone might be sacrificing themselves again. And let us just say that we are not ready for another heartbreak. Fans are speculating that it will be Will, because he doesn't cast a defensive spell to protect others. Now, we don't know how far, though, that idea was, but the show often foreshadows a lot through the game, and everything is often pretty closely linked. Another theory was that Eleven will sacrifice her powers, but won't completely sacrifice herself. Or Hopper might sacrifice himself to protect her, because we've seen him do that once. Also, just by the way, if they kill Jonathan just so she can end up with Steve, we will be pissed. But we also think that they'd like to resolve Steve's love life. Not to mention, will music still play an important role? One of the most innovative things that we saw last season was the use of music. People often forgot about the important role of music in everyone's life. Have you ever experienced a breakup without actually being broken up? You can with music. You can feel your best or your worst with the help of, you guessed it, music. Many fans think that the Clash song Jonathan plays to distract Will from their parents' fight might just be the savior. We don't know whether the Duffers thought it through when they first wrote the show, but it was surely a genius move. Coming up, what do the directors have in store for the show? Although we don't have a confirmed release date for the show's season 5 yet, David Harbour said in an interview that it'll premiere around summer 2024. Until then, you can go back and watch all the previous seasons, which are available on Netflix. We've made our peace with the fact that it's going to be a long wait for the 5th and final season, and you should too. The creative team of the show is already thinking of the future of the franchise and what they'll be doing with the characters that we've grown to love over all these years. While the team is doing its job, fans are making up every possible theory that they can. Last but not the least, what 80s influences will the last season have? At a Netflix to Dumb panel, the Duffer brothers were asked what 80s influences will be present in season 5, since season 4 was influenced by A Nightmare on Elm Street. Ross Duffer said that since the final season is going to be a culmination of all the seasons, and since they're planning to go back to the beginning a little, there are going to be bits from all 4 seasons, but it's the most similar to season 4 scale-wise. While Matt Duffer stressed the fact that since the danger is now out in the open, it isn't just the teens who are getting affected by it, but everyone else around them. So, season 5 will be pretty big. On the other hand, the director and executive producer of the show said that even though the show has gained a lot of fame, the Duffers are still very passionate about the 80s feel and the supernatural, and they really care about how each character will end. He further assured the fans that season 5 will clearly be taking care of these stories' characters. That's a wrap for this video. So do you have a final season theory in mind? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.